So it's officially day 4 of my 30-day wave journey in the month of Ramadan. And I'm gonna just tell y'all that I had one of the hardest days I've ever had in my life this past on the second day of Ramadan. And I'm gonna tell you why. So usually when I wake up for the first week of Ramadan, I at least try to eat some fruit, get some water, and at least get real hydrated. Cause I know it's the first week, first 10 days is gonna be the hardest. It's gonna be the hardest. So I had to make sure I stayed hydrated. But this day I decided, you know what, I'm not gonna eat anything. I'm gonna go straight into it, got me some water, went straight on my day. By the end of that day, I had the worst migraine I've ever had. And I was not able to make some content, but at least I planned ahead of time and made content the day before so I can still stay. Since it's only day 4, I'm still on day 4. But it was the worst I've ever had. I had the biggest migraine, and I even slept past it was time to eat. But I still got something to eat. Just got hydrated, and now we back good. So that was one of the worst experiences. But we back and it's all good. We made it during day 4. We made it at the end of day 4, and we here making content today. So I feel good today. I made sure I got an apple at least. Got some water. I even tried the water with the sea salt, and I think it worked because I stayed hydrated throughout the whole day. So, but we back here on our 30-day wave journey, and we go get started here. I got some information that I learned that one of the things I was doing with my crown was I was constantly brushing back and forth in the wrong direction. So as you can see how I was trying to figure out my crown, I was brushing this down when I should have been brushing this up, or brushing this up when I should have been brushing it down. So now I'm finding where my crown is, and I can finally get it to the position where it can start waving up. So that's what I'm going to be working on today. It's starting to wave it up. And some of the things I was hearing, I have made some content about somebody in my comments on YouTube that said my dad actually helped me because my wave pattern was too thick. And after he actually did the cut, I actually started to see it grow or wave up in that pattern that he cut it in a lot easier. So I can say he helped me. However, I could have did it a different way. I mean, that bullseye was looking bogus for too long in the back of my head. I'm talking about I'm going into stores and I'm forgetting that this in the back of my head and wondering why people staring at me. It was bad. And my dad watched me do it too. So I'd say it could have been a different way. I mean, we're not in the 80s or the 90s no more. It ain't no reason for you to be walking around with a bullseye in the back of your head. But we passed that. That was some years ago, man. We passed that. Now we on a real wave journey. And we go document everything. I mean, I've never documented my wave journey. People ask me, how you get your waves like this? How you do that? How you do this? And we finna show it all in this 30-day wave journey. So any questions you got, if I don't know it, I can find it and I'm gonna record it. Every process, you gonna see by the end of this video, you gonna see me having these waves. If you got a question, I'm gonna direct you to my 30-day wave journey. Anything I learn, I'm gonna document it, tell you all about it, and then we gonna go from there. And as I'm growing, you can grow with me. So if you try to be a waver, join me on this 30-day wave journey. It won't hurt you. You ain't gotta record it, but at least get your brush sessions in. Watch what I do, see what I've learned. If you seen something I did wrong, let me know. We in this together, but we're gonna get started on day 4. And I'm gonna get straight into my crown, cause this, I can catch up on this later. I know how to get that started. Like I said before, a lot of y'all didn't know this if y'all new to my channel, but before I have my waves going this way, I had it going this way with a large part in the center right here of where my hairline meet at, and then I had this part going down. So I just had to switch it back up. So it's taking some time to get it back right because I just switched it up. And then I had this middle part not waved up at all. So if y'all look at any old videos, which I probably have put on the screen, it wasn't waving up. And it looked bad because I didn't know how to do it. But I love that hairstyle, and I'm gonna probably go back to it in the future, but right now I'm gonna master this because it's better for my business and keeping the waves. than it is, trying to force a hairstyle that I haven't studied long enough, especially with my hair texture. It's a lot harder to get it. Y'all see the silkiness, but my hair is real thick. I'm tender-headed. I used to have braids growing up. It's a lot to deal with my hair. Like if it's in the wrong climate where I come to it, the wrong temperature and the room is too moist, my hair curls up, it's real thick, it's hard to lay down. So as you see right now, that's what I'm dealing with. It could be a lot smoother or silkier, but it's the moisture in the air, and it's how it's looking. We gonna have to deal with it, but we gonna get the brush that's in there right now. So I'm gonna use my little comb right now to start it off. Alright, so if I'm remembering this correctly, I brush this down at the angle that my wave's going. Side. Even when I be combing, I'll be feeling like I mess it up a little bit more than I should have. Like that should have went more at an angle than I did that. Apply some of this rosemary oil on my hairline where it's lighting at. As you can see, in those areas on my hairline, that's where it's lighting at. I could pull this area down, but this area is lighter. The same thing on this side. So I want to reduce the receding as much as possible. So I'll put the rosemary oil on those spots and I'll thoroughly rub it in. Then I'm gonna go ahead and throw the best wave pomade that you will ever use. This is made with mango butter. Now the shea butter is in here too, but it's mostly mango butter to give it that soft texture. And the shea butter also to give that strength to it to lock in that moisture as well. So it's not too thick, but it's not too light. It's like perfectly in between. And it's good for those who have coarser hair, thicker hair. And if your hair is not as thick, it works great for that too. And the smell is great. As you can see, it gives that shine to it too.